Okay, welcome. We're live streaming to YouTube. First time. Oh my God. This is a little nerve-wracking. But also, welcome. We glad that you're here. I'm just checking to make sure how I look on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna let in our guests.
What's up, family?
Okay, so it's just me and you in here right now.
Okay, no problem.
I
I'm
just
so
wanted to
sorry.
have our little 101.
Yo, you are hilarious for that backdrop, bro. Like, what? That is so cool. I didn't know that was gonna be a backdrop when you showed me.
Oh,
You're
well,
tight.
surprise.
How are
Yeah,
you?
I don't know how to do like the fancy YouTube overlays yet, so I'm like, I'm gonna just make a background.
Right. Yeah, I should. If you don't know, I definitely don't know. How are you about like profanity and talk about like touchy subjects? Like, is it
We're
full
adults.
reign?
We are adults. I don't believe in like you need to like ask for consent to like tell your story,
Okay.
your truth. Yeah, we're grown.
Okay. Awesome. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm so happy to be talking to you. How are you?
I'm so good. I've been like getting ready for this all day. I've been having a
Yeah,
really good time just like trying to figure out the technology, how to do a live stream and
yeah.
like thinking about like lighting, like I have
Mhm.
a little production going
Yeah,
on. Yeah, and then I made this background.
yeah, you're going hard at this. It's like you're right, your teacher brain is kicking
Yeah.
in and you're just like, I gotta do more.
Yeah, yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
teach
So
these people.
there's a few people in the waiting room, so I don't want to
Okay,
hold
sweet.
up. And also I just want you to see like who's here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see familiar faces. Feel free to turn your cameras on if you'd like, so we can see you.
Oh, hello.
No.
Right?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Thanks for tuning in.
You're welcome. Me and my baby. So I'm going to have to mute because I have a crying baby now.
That's okay. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Be right back. It's her
Yeah,
dinner time.
awesome. Yeah. No, I had
Girl.
a baby recently, which is wild. Congrats to Noi.
Wild. That's my girl too. Oh my
Because we
goodness.
met a very wild Noi in New York. You
Yeah,
probably
we did.
did you know her from Chicago?
I didn't actually. I met her, I think in like New York or Philly or something like that,
Okay.
because I lived there for a little bit. Um, and I got introduced to Philly through Capty.
Yeah.
So yeah, the East Coast fam, the East Coast Lao fam, man.
Shout out to Katsy at Laos in the house.
Yes, 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 yes.
Arts
Doing her
work.
thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Anoy. We see you in your kitchen.
And no, that's a beautiful kitchen.
Yeah.
I wish mine was that big.
Yeah. Anoy's out in Jersey.
Okay, sweet.
Originally from Sacktown.
Uh-huh.
And somewhere in Texas also. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Lots of movement there.
Yeah. Anybody else that's in the room, if you want to unmute yourself and say hello or let us say hello in the
Yeah,
chat,
don't
at the
don't be
gesture.
scared. Don't be shy. Hi
Yeah.
everyone. Hi ladies.
Zoom has these cool new chat features.
Right.
I can do lots of smiley faces. Okay, here comes a familiar face.
Yo, this is so cool. I really had no clue how this is gonna go.
There's no face.
Hey, no.
Humble baby.
Yes,
Ini.
baby girl.
Show us the baby. Where's
He's
the baby?
crying. Hi, Hi, mamas.
Oh my
Oh, Santa
God.
hi. He's so cute.
Pindahak, pindasang, you know, our
Khăn kẹo.
Chăm chèo.
Pentayik de, pentayik
That's a
de.
new one. Chăm cheo.
Yeah. Hey, Candy. Hey, say what's up.
Hi,
to us.
Candy. What's up, girl?
Introduce yourself. Where you from? Where you at? Oh, we can't hear you.
I live in Queens, but I'm originally from LA.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
I'm in Glendale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a very New York, LA, like SoCal.
For real. Oh, thanks, Sudamon. I almost chopped it off, you guys. Like, I'm talking about above the shoulder a little bit.
Oh, you're
I was
making
just
the
so
artist
tired
move?
of it.
You're making the artist move? Ready for a new artist look?
You know what? I might be. I've been transitioning and transforming into, V. So,
Okay.
but we'll talk. We'll talk about it.
Can't wait to hear about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
if anyone can give me
Come on,
hair,
what are you cooking
hair
up?
stylist.
What you
What
cooking
am I
up?
cooking up? So I took a 3-hour nap and had an existential crisis. So I was like, I need pumpkin spice latte, but I wanted to make it from scratch with pumpkin puree from the store. But Bushwick doesn't have pumpkin puree, so I had to go get a fresh pumpkin and then make so now I'm grinding up my own cinnamon, planting my own pumpkins in the backyard, about to make a pumpkin spice latte. But I'm really like natural eating, so it's gonna like be like maple syrup, honey, and stuff like that. So
Sounds
what we're cooking in the kitchen.
delicious.
That's the pumpkin seeds cooking right now, because
Yeah.
I use all of it. But yeah, nothing special, just basic fall beverages from a
Yeah.
basic woman. That's it.
That's so
Nice to meet everyone.
cool.
Nice to see everyone. Good to see Susan. Good to meet you in person. And Bay. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, and if y'all don't know, Sudavon is about to open up a cafe and community space in East Village that I'm about to move into.
Hi, sorry, I'm here. I was on a call. I'm in and I'm expecting another call. I don't know what just happened in the last 8 minutes, but nice to see everyone.
everyone.
Hi, Lina, right? I've seen you at the BID Fest.
Did I?
Did
Did I see you?
I
Wait,
feel like
what-
we met at the BID Fest, or did we meet at the food festival? Were you here at the food festival?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, are you in San Diego?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Are you here? Where are you at?
I'm in LA.
Oh, okay. I was
LA
just there
area.
yesterday. I saw Jennifer yesterday for a little bit.
Oh, okay, nice.
And
she
Alicia, you're
coming?
out of San Diego, right? Take yourself off mute. Say hello.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm a photographer. I'm from Maui.
From Maui?
Maui, yeah, she's in
Oh,
Hawaii.
wow.
You're in Maui?
We got Maui.
Hey.
Yeah, we do. We got Maui.
Yeah,
Why
she's
did I
in
think you were in San Diego?
I don't know. I was
Probably
at
because
Buddy Fest.
Jennifer and I are always on her stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why. Okay. Oh, you're in Maui. Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's in Hawaii.
Retreat planning.
Yeah, let me know.
Maui. Yeah. And then
Seriously.
is it Bay or is it Bai? You want to say hello?
Bay?
You're on mute.
Hi,
Oh.
hi. Get my
Hi.
finger to work properly. How are you guys?
Good. What's your name, sis?
Bay.
Hey.
Hi, Bay.
ID.
Savadi.
So I already know where you're zooming from, but where are you zooming from?
Hilton Head, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South
Wow.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Nice.
Very beautiful.
Small little island,
Mhm.
southeast. It's like 45 minutes from Savannah, Georgia.
I met somebody from there. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Is it a pretty big population of Lao folks in Savannah?
None. Oh, Savannah a little bit, but none in Hilton Head.
Okay.
Yeah, in other parts of South Carolina, there are.
Yes. Yes.
Martinsburg, right?
Yes, Columbia, bigger cities there are. There's one or two ladies here, but they don't really connect with me.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're connecting with us.
Yeah.
Virtually and all those things.
Yes.
So y'all get comfy. We're gonna start in just a few minutes, so make sure you're comfy. So grab a drink, a snack. I have water. I have also a glass of wine. So I'm chilling. Oh, noise babies.
Oh my God. Hi, mamas. Oh my gosh.
Is that your baby?
Yeah, it's
I
a
think
whole.
I met her in your guys' thing. Was it this year? Yeah.
Noi was the one
So
that did
little.
the ancestral insults.
Oh yeah,
Talked
yeah.
about teen.
Pamilu, hung panday.
Boy, good night, Yoni. You know, it was an accident.
Were you pregnant then in the last call?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'll be back.
Okay.
I think
Mommy duties.
Yeah, mommy duties.
Just got pregnant. Yeah.
Oh.
'Cause that was in November. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. September. Yeah, I guess that's enough time to have a baby. Time flies, huh?
Also, if y'all haven't heard, Noi and I actually have a podcast together. It's called The He.
I've seen it.
I was just
I think I've heard a few of it.
And we actually talk about Noi's fertility and like IVF or egg freezing journey. That's actually a few episodes. Is really like reproduction and all sorts of things.
Wow.
Oh, I gotta tune into that.
Yeah, this baby is also he related topic, you know?
Yeah, yeah. We go deep.
Oh, Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Hi.
Show yourself. No, I'm kidding. Hi, girl.
Hi, Jennifer.
Dang.
Ba ba yin na. Jennifer, da yin mo ni na.
Can you hear us, Jennifer?
Oh, I have to click the button. There she goes.
Oh, she's still connecting to sound.
There you are.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Alicia got a baby too.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
two
she has two.
Beautiful got roommates.
Oh, wow.
He's such a good
I was
boy.
literally like, look at all the babies on the video. I was literally letting her see all the babies.
Oh my God. Hi.
Yeah. Hey, Jennifer, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi,
We were all screaming
Hi,
your name.
Jennifer.
Oh. Hey, good to see everyone. Happy Sunday.
Likewise.
Hi, happy Sunday.
Yes. Jennifer, where are you zooming from?
I'm in LA.
Awesome. So we got a lot of LA, a lot of New York,
Woo,
Maui,
gotta represent.
Maui, and Hilton Head, South Carolina. This is awesome. Okay.
What part of LA, Jennifer?
I live in WeHo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Glendale, so
Okay, we're neighbors.
I know.
Y'all have not met?
That.
Oh,
I had
you
no clue.
We need to meet.
I met
Yeah.
Lina. Yeah, no, we've met before. It's just everyone in LA is like so basically even though she's close, she's like an hour away.
It's still, with traffic.
It's like New York.
All that traffic. I was in it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Like we'll take the train 2 hours to get like 10 miles.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so this song is just rapping. So this is you're actually listening to Lina's newest single, Freaky Friday, which is a virtual reality music video. So if any of you have VR sets, you should check it out. I will drop the link specifically to this video. I don't have a VR set. I wish I did.
Me too.
But I gotta find me a nerd with a VR set.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right. So
Mhm.
no, wait, what?
Oh, I was just like, surprisingly, there's more people that have it than you think. It's like a kids thing. Like there's kids that have it now. So find a kid with it. No, I'm kidding.
I don't teach high school anymore.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I'm going to change the view on this. Okay. I think. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get started. Welcome again. Okay, I'm just checking the live stream and making sure how it looks on there. All right, cool. So welcome. Y'all are here for the first installment of SonJai Sundays, right? And so SonJai Sundays is gonna be just a live celebration, affirmation of Lao women, the things that we are interested in, the things that we're curious about, the things that we are spending our time thinking about, right? The things that we hold in our jai. And this is an offering from LAOboratory. So LAOboratory is a collective for Lao women where we connect, right? We're trying to support each other in the things that we do. We're trying to preserve our cultures. We're trying to think about the future, and just feel good. You know, we don't have, I'm sure like all of you don't hang around Lao women every day, right? So to be in a space that specifically for us is really special, right? So we can take up space and we can just be comfortable. And there are a lot of things that we don't have to explain about ourselves, right? And so yeah, that's what we're doing here today. So I just want to reiterate that while Lina and I are going through in Q&A, I want you to make sure you send gestures, send hearts, right? If you want to practice sending hearts right now, just wherever they are on your screen. That's a way to, you know, in the Zoom space is the way for us to like react at the same time. Because unfortunately, we're not in the same room. We're not around a pakao, right? Or a table, and we can't have multiple voices at the same time. So this is a way to do that. You can also use the chat, right? Like Candy's in the chat, right? We love you, all those things. We can do that while one person is speaking. Yeah, and so SonJai Sundays, the other thing we want to do, right, is we want to give people their flowers while they're still alive, while they're still building, right? While they're still gardening, as we say. Because I feel like, I know personally, like that's where I am. I'm always like in a cocoon, I feel like, right? Always like transforming. I know a lot of my sisters in the room here are feeling similarly on always walking these like scary paths that we haven't seen other people do. So that's a vibe here tonight. And so I'm going to introduce Lina. So I'm just kind of going to summarize the bio that she has and also tell you how we know each other. So Lina V is a Lao-American singer-songwriter from Rockford, Illinois. She discovered her passion and gift for singing at the age of 7, singing with the local church worship team. She has a bachelor's degree in music with an emphasis in fine art singing. She's classically trained, y'all. But she's also self-taught, right? Like ancestrally taught in Lao folk, morlam, right? Also R&B, soul, and hip hop. Excuse me. And her versatility has landed her gigs across the US, including collaborations with renowned composer Steve Jablonsky and producer, actor, sis Kulap Vilaysack in the movie Origin Story. Most recently, she opened for legendary hip-hop group Bone Thugs and Harmony in LA on her birthday. That was last Friday. So happy birthday. Lina V's ultimate goal is to draw inspiration from her Lao roots to fuel her passion for music while healing herself and others along the way. And Lina and I met in New York years ago, like most of the Lao people in New York did, which was in planning a project, right? An event that became a fashion show for Legacies of War. So if y'all don't know Legacies of War, it is an organization that serves to educate people about the history of Laos, but also provide healing and hope for the future. And I know for me, it was like transformative to learn about the history of Laos and the devastation that caused us to have to migrate, right? And leave. And so we met through that, right? We just like, you know, a lot of us were really excited to meet one another and see people doing very different things. I was a high school teacher at the time, right? You were in New York, having just moved from Philly and working on your music. And we stayed connected through the years. I saw you most recently. It's now been a pre-pandemic, right? But to see you in LA and hang out with you. And then most recently, we've been talking a lot about our grandmas.
Yes.
So I'm sure that will come out tonight, but just thinking about, you know, our mothers that came before us and means for us as women today. So y'all, can we give a warm welcome to Lina, and you can unmute and clap it up for her or send some hearts through the chat.
Yeah, guys, Righty.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you to introduce yourself, Lina.
Sure. So my name is Lina Luangrath, but my artist name is Lina V. I'm a singer and songwriter. I've been doing this since, like Sinisa said, 7 years old. I started out in Rockford, Illinois. Well, actually, I was born in a refugee camp in Thailand. So my family was probably one of the last families to like leave the refugee camps, because we got here in like 1989. I was only 3 months old. So yeah, middle of winter, December 12th, 1989, we get dropped off in Chicago, Illinois. And from there, we've just been inching westwards towards like suburbs, and then it's like past the suburbs to a town called Rockford, Illinois. And so that's pretty much the city that made me. It's a small town. It's got a lot of cornfields, churches, space, stuff like that. It was safer than Chicago. It was still dangerous, but it was safer than Chicago. So that's pretty much like my upbringing. And so, yeah, I've just been doing music all my life. And, this was something that honestly wasn't a choice. Like it was something that was like a calling, you know what I'm saying? Since I was 7, I've been doing this professionally. That means before that, people have been noticing and, trying to push me towards, like performing on stage professionally and stuff like that. So I feel like it's like a limb of mine. So that's probably how a lot of people know me. I always say that like music is my vehicle. It's something that's carried me to so many different places, had me, I met so many people through music and performing. And so I ended up in LA. I wasn't supposed to stay here that long, because the journey was supposed to go from Illinois to like LA for only like a few years, and then San Diego, because being a Lao refugee woman, like of course I have these dreams and ambitions and aspirations, but the back of my mind is always like, oh, family, oh, settle down, oh, stability, 9 to 5, medical insurance, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, San Diego's a slower pace for that. But I've been here, this is probably my 7th year in LA, and I feel like I'm now just starting to like break the ceiling, or just like make moves out here properly. So yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, at least that's a little bit about me. So I don't even know where to go, because my life is so extensive. Like it's so extensive. Yes, music's been my main thing, but recently I've been diving into the culinary world a little bit more. I have a spicy pineapple sauce called Mama Lina spicy pineapple sauce that I've been slaying in, literally, like just by word of mouth. You know how our aunties do it. It's just like, yeah, I got Joe Bong, I got Joe, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's literally what I've been doing, but like out here in LA with like my American friends. Because there's not like a huge Laotian population, Lao population out here. And anybody that's Lao that's like in LA are the progressive people, people who are the filmmakers, singers, creators, dancers and stuff like that, actors. So, like we have this half American, half Lao type of lifestyle, and so to bring like a Laotian type of sauce, because have you guys ever had like sin dat or dat sin, however you say that? You have like different sauces and stuff like sukiyaki, like the pineapple sauce is, basically like one of them. So yeah, that's what I've been doing out here. And it all started because I went to visit my sister in Modesto, California one time, and it's been a while since I had the sauce. And so I was just like, what kind of jail do you have? And so I tried it and I was like, oh my God, like I forgot about this sauce. And so I was like, let's bottle it up, and so ever since then, I've just been making it for the people out here. And it's honestly, I have so many orders that I need to get to. I have not gotten to them because it's like so hard to like balance my life out here in LA as a single woman, so I'm getting to it. I always say I'm going to retire off that sauce at 45. So that's, still the goal. But yeah, right now, mainly it's about music and my healing journey through music. So.
Amazing. So we have a lot to dive into. So
Yeah.
let's Let's take you back a little bit, right? Because
Yeah.
I heard you say that this wasn't a choice, right? To
Yeah.
pursue your music. At the
Mhm.
same time, there were things that you had to consider. You were like, okay, I have to be like a daughter,
Mhm.
student, whatever. How
Right.
how did you like get to that point where you're like, no, I'm actually pursuing music? I have these other things that I have to also like balance, but like, how did
Mhm.
you step into that like identity as
Yeah.
sing
Thank you for that. Thank you for that question. Yeah. So two things happened. The first thing happened was, so I'm the youngest in the family. I've always had like an overbearing kind of like childhood. Mom has always been, controlling, dad, micromanaging, sister, brother, everybody, just because we're refugees. So they're not going to just like have me out there in these streets. It's always going to be like, where are you going? What are you doing? Who are your friends? Like volleyball games, like, just football games and stuff like that was always a struggle to like go to, you know what I'm saying? So it's been that type of sheltering type of life. And so when I was 22-ish, I went through like a little identity crisis. I was like, who am I? Like, what's my story? What's my history? What's going on? Like I was freaking out a little bit. I broke up with my boyfriend of like 7 years. My parents moved away, so I didn't have parents, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I mean, I did have them, but they were like too far away to like, like see every day. So it was truly like a adult moment for me. I was just like, crap, I'm like really on my own, like shit is real now. And so that's when I started looking at the music that I've been singing, and I realized that I've been singing other people's songs. It was always like a cover of this person, that person, and finally I was just like, what's my story? I want to write about my story, So that's when I started diving into like the history on like how I got to Rockford, Illinois, like like the history of Laos and the war and things like that. And it was crazy. And so I wrote this song called Wall Street, and it was basically a reflection of my like upbringing with my dad. And it was always a like tumultuous relationship, you know what I'm saying? But he did keep it real with me a lot of the times. He really did set me up for success in America, or as much as he could, you know what I'm saying? So it was just about our relationship and how, that helped me and shaped me and, taught me so many things. But anyway, so that's when it started back in when I was like 22, and I was just like, what's my story? So then I started writing. Then, I still was doing my 9 to 5 or whatever, moved to LA, I worked at an accounting firm. And then it wasn't until recently, well, not super recently, it was December of 2020. Something really drastically happened to me. It was a spiritual awakening, like some people already know the story. I know like Sudhivan, she's a close friend of mine. So sorry, Sudhivan, I'm repeating everything. But basically I was on that show, Wheel of Fortune, as we all know, Wheel of Fortune with Pat Sajak, right? And I had a spiritual awakening while I was on that show. And this is how it happened. Back in December 2020, I was dating this guy for like 2.5 years. I thought I was going to marry him. We lived in this apartment actually. Well, he ended up breaking up with me, and I had dreamt this whole entire life with him already. So like without him, I was like, what am I going to do? And so that happened. And then 4 days after he breaks up with me, I checked my email because I had been auditioning to be on Wheel of Fortune like in November. Right. So, but I bombed the audition so bad, at least I thought, that I was just like, there's no way they're going to pick me, so I didn't check my email or anything. Well, 4 days after the breakup, I check it, and sure enough, they're like, this is our third attempt trying to get a hold of you. We want you to be a contestant. If you don't want it, please let us know. We're going to go with somebody else. So immediately I'm like, oh my God, yes, of course I want this, And so they gave me about a month and a half to practice for the taping of the show. The taping of the show happened like February or something like that. And so anyway, as I'm practicing for Wheel of Fortune, I'm also trying to heal from this breakup, right? And I was in a really, really bad depressive pit, to the point where I didn't know if I was going to make it out of it. I had to get to therapists, which is super taboo in our community, but I was just like, I need to do something, right? So that was one. And then the second thing was, I had to really, sit with myself and be like, do you want to live? Like, what's going to motivate you to live? And so I decided, yes, I want to live. What's going to motivate me are the people who are the greats to me, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Beethoven, Mozart, you know, like everybody that was really, really good at what they did, the best at what they did. Like, I was like, I want to be that in my own lane though. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm good at. And so intuitively, no one told me to do this. I didn't look at nothing. I didn't read nothing. I was just like, in my head, I was just like, how are you going to get out of this? How are you going to get unstuck out of this depressive pit? Right. And so I turned over my 2020 vision board. So now it's like a blank white poster board. Right. And at the top of it, with the black permanent marker, I decided to write with capital letters, Goat Mountain. Okay. I underlined it. I didn't know where I was going with this, but I was just like, let's just go with it. Right. So then on the poster, I drew this big old hill that represented a mountain. And then I drew on the left side of it, a little tiny goat that was like, it was like halfway up, but it was stuck. And that was me. And so that was like a visual for me to like step outside of my head to look at. And I was just like, why are you stuck? You know? And I realized like all the accomplishments I've had has pushed me up to like a really high point, but I'm scared of heights. So it's like, I don't want to move and go any further. I don't want to go down. I think I'm going to slip and fall. Like, I was really at a scary point. And so I had to motivate myself to go up this mountain, right? So at the top of this mountain, I drew this fountain that represented money, wealth, health, abundance, forgiveness, self-love, you know, all the things that I knew I needed. And so every day in real life that I would do things that were like for self-care, whether if I saved money, put up healthy boundaries, got my nails done, you know, things that made me feel love. I would cross out the old goat and move a new one up, draw a new one up towards the goal, right? Did this for like 2 months, like almost 2 months. And so when it came to the taping of Wheel of Fortune, I'm in the middle. There's this guy to the left of me, this girl to the right of me, and then Pat Sajak to the right of her, right? And I'm solving this puzzle, and I realized before everybody else that the freaking puzzle said climbing a mountain goat. Because I had been looking at this visual for 2 months, all the letter placements and everything. And like when it happened, though, it wasn't just like oh my God, yay, I get this money. No, like I had teleported, I don't know what it was, to this land, it just felt like a big old white space. I didn't hear any voices. It was more so like telepathic messages coming to me. And this happened like right when I called, I think the letter like M or something like that. That's when I figured it out. And that's when it all happened. And no one noticed because I swear time stopped and I went into this realm. And basically what happened was the first thing I said was, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I ever doubted you, higher power, higher intelligence, universe, God, whatever you want to call this thing. I was like apologetic because I was like, I didn't even know if you were real or not. But now that I'm here, I know that you're real. I'm so sorry. And I surrendered in that moment. If you grew up in church, and I promise you, church was kind of just like a background noise thing for me. It was like I learned about Jesus, learned about the Bible, learned about all these things. You know, I knew about them, but it's not until something like that happens to you that you start to be like, wait a minute, like maybe there's a little bit of truth to this, you know? And so I don't know if it's exactly like what the Bible says, but I just know that in that moment, I surrendered to whatever power, to whatever thing that was orchestrating this whole entire thing. You know, I am just a role. I'm but a part of this whole entire scheme. You know what I'm saying? So in that moment, I was just like, I surrender. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to live my life? You know? And so the answer was, don't even trip. You're exactly where you need to be. You went through that breakup for a reason. You're right here on this game show for a reason. You're about to win this money for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So everything was so divine. It was like divinely timed in that moment for me. And so after that, the message was, you just have to continue to do what you're doing, but more of it. The guy that you were with, that was hindering you. You know, you weren't able to freely share your gifts properly. You know, there's a lot of envy there. There's a lot of fear there, you know, so that was my answer. So now I go so hard in everything that I love to do, whether if it's music, if it's food, if it's, you know, like spreading love, spreading joy, spreading, you know, comedy. Like I just go hard in it, and I'm just so happy to do it. You know, life is such a gift to me now that I've known that, but like having that experience, it really heightens it. And so that was the moment for me where I was just like, it doesn't matter what anybody says. I can't even listen to my mom and dad right now. Like if that went against my intuition and it went against my mission and my purpose, like I have to respectfully remove myself, you know what I'm saying? Or like, because it's like you have your own vision and no one else can understand it but you. It's frustrating, I know, but that's how it's supposed to be, low key. Like, who, you know what I'm saying? Unless they're able to read your mind, they're not going to be able to see your vision. And so since that moment in 2021, I've had so many relationships that, you know, have moved around or like, you know, like fallen off and stuff like that. But I still feel like I'm on the right path. You know, I feel like everything is meant to be. So that's what happened. That was the moment for me that made me want to go hard with music.
That's wild. Like I have
wild.
chills because this is my second time hearing the story, but you know, like you said, like Sudhavan heard the story, but like it only gets like clearer, more powerful each time. So I do want to like
I have
Jennifer.
goosebumps right now. I don't know if you can see it, but like every time, it's so real to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I go there every single time I think about it, and yeah, like that was a true spiritual awakening.
Yeah. So I just want to pause and read some comments from the chat. Jennifer said divine timing,
yes.
Right? Susan V said transmuting energy, and that she loves that we all have that in common. It's a battle to learn how to listen to our own hearts, right? And then Alicia adding on to that, like she loves the questions that you're asking yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I finally faced myself. And I think that's and that's my number one thing. Like, how do we even learn ourselves if we don't face ourselves? And why do we need to learn ourselves? So that we can teach others how to be around us and coexist and, you know, how love us. Like, how do you love yourself if you don't know? Or how do you tell other people how to love you when you don't know how to love you, you know, or treat you? So yeah, like I've just been doing a lot of that. The breakup was truly like, it saved my life, to be honest with you. Like it helped me indirectly. And so yeah, so that's basically my journey. So now it's about just writing everything that I've gone through. I realized the more specific the situation, the more relatable it is. You know what I'm saying? If I said, you know, Auntie Noi in a song, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a million and, you know, it's gonna be a couple million people. I'd be like, I have an Auntie Noi, you know? So I realized the more specific you are, like, it just hits better.
Yeah. Well, I do want to like I love that you are talking about like healing yourself, knowing yourself, and then like we most recently have been talking about our grandmas, right?
Yes.
And because
Yes.
I remember like very recently I had a moment where I looked up at the moon and I just like felt my grandma's presence, right? And it was right around that festival that they celebrate in Lao, right? Which is ancestor, one of many ancestor honoring festivals. And then like you heard me talking about it, and you also it took you to a place where you were thinking about your grandma.
Give me goosebumps. Okay,
grandma,
so
are you here with us?
Yo, I don't know if you guys knew this, but this is gonna be a spiritual ass like session. Like everything, like it's beyond the physical realm for me at this point. And so yeah, our grandmas. So recently, gosh, where do I even start with this? Okay, so right around the Wheel of Fortune era, a little bit before that, I was trying all different types of ways to heal, right? My heart. And so one of the ways was Reiki healing. And so I found this this lady, do I call her lady? She's like my age, but whatever. This girl, her name is Theo, and she's Hmong, and I found her through the Los Angeles. Are you guys familiar with Los Angeles? Yeah, so I'm a part of that. I actually was one of like the 5 members that like originally started it. And so so to find, you know, Theo through that, I'm like, this is so dope. And so yeah, so Theo was like, hey, I'm a Reiki healer and this and that, right? So I call her and I tell her everything. I'm like, I'm trying to heal. This is something, I don't know, maybe this is good for me, you know. So we're on the phone for 2 hours just talking about everything. I wanted to make sure like this wasn't gonna be like bad for me. I was just scared. I didn't know what I was in for, right? So she ends up coming to my place, brings this massage bed looking thing, and a big old thing, and she's only like 5 feet, like 5'1", and so I'm like, dang. And so she carries it up the stairs and everything, sets it up. She has all these crystals around. She has Palo Santos, she has sage, she has music, you know, and And she tells me, she's just like, if you feel anything, just let it out, let it go, like just let it go. And so it was a 45-minute session, and it was truly life-changing. I'm literally just like crying the whole entire time. It just felt like I was detoxing, right? A lot of images and stuff coming to me. So at the end of it, she gives me like a couple minutes to like come back to myself. And as she's operating on me, which there was a lot of instrumentations, like banging, gonging noises, a lot of whooshes and stuff, so my eyes are closed the whole time. I have no clue what's actually going on, but I hear that stuff, But anyway, basically, as she's doing all of that, she's getting these downloads, AKA visions, right? Visions of things and things that she's sensitive to around the room. And the first thing she says to me was, your ancestors came through for you, right? And how I responded was, I know. That's how I know the shit is real. That's how I know she's real. Because as I was laying there, so I have this grandpa on my dad's side, my dad's dad. He was a shaman in Vientiane. So medicine man type things, different rituals they would do. So like his skin was so thick. I don't know what he was eating. I don't know what kind of magic trick. I don't know what kind of sorcery, but basically one of the stories is they tried to stab him with the knife as like a picture, like Vegas, like Fremont type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like where like someone's standing there doing all these things and people are around him just like, oh, giving him tips. You know what I'm saying? So he would do stuff like that too. But one of the things where they tried to stab him with a knife and it just wouldn't go in. So like he would do stuff like that. If you had pink eye, he would know exactly the herb, the ointment and stuff for you. If you had stomach aches and stuff like that, he was like hip on that stuff. And apparently he went to the indigenous hood in Laos and learned from them. So that's the legend of my grandpa. But he died when my dad was only like 10. My dad actually, this is super sad, but like my dad was the one who found him. So like, anyway, we'll get into me and my dad's story later. But basically, my grandpa came through in the Reiki healing session. The Reiki healer was able to pinpoint where he was in the room, and he was kind of more like a dark shadow versus like a figure that you can see, like you can see like the facial features and stuff like that, right? So it wasn't that. But then my grandma, she was standing over us, just like watching everything. That's what she said. And I felt her presence too. Same place, right here on the right side of me, looking over me, that's what I felt when I was going through the session, right? So when she told me that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's insane, right? But let me go back a tiny bit more. I think a month before that Reiki session, that same grandma, who is my dad's mom, right? So my dad's mom and dad came through. I never met them. They died in Laos before I even got to meet them, right? So my grandma comes to me in a dream, and these are one of these lucid, vivid dreams, right? So I'm laying on the couch. My lamp is on, right? My back is turned to the lamp and the living room in general. And I get a little, when someone goes like this gently on your leg. So this is my left leg, right? She's behind me, left leg. So I turn around. This is in my dream. I turn around. I see her face clear as day. She didn't say nothing. She didn't make no noise. The message though was strong. The message was like, hey, wake up. You've been called. You've been called. Have some sense of urgency. It's go time. So that's what I felt, right? So then I turned around, saw her, right? Then I woke up in real life, turned around, the exact same scenario, turned around, wasn't there. She wasn't there, but the hands were still there. The hands, like the feeling of the hands were still on my leg, right? So that was crazy. And then for the Reiki session, I happened to have her come through again. Then fast forward to when Sunisa was posting about one of our full moons, right? It was specifically for the ancestors. Like, we always have our ancestors with like around and stuff, like different altars and stuff, right? But this specific full moon apparently was for the ancestors. And when I saw that, I was like, get the fuck out of here, because I'm doing this shadow work book, right? Where you face yourself even deeper. So I was at a part where it was titled Ancestral Healing. So as I'm literally reading that as I'm seeing her post about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, what's going on? And so it's just so many synchronicities. And I think that's been happening, but it takes a moment like the spiritual awakening for me to wake up to the signs. So now I'm seeing things everywhere, and now I'm just being led by intuition. No one knows my logic. I don't even understand the path sometimes. I just know that like I go within myself and then I make a decision based off of that. So yeah, that's the connection with the, the ancestral healing. And I mean, there's more to it, I'm sure, but like, how much time do we have? Where are we at? Dang, we only have 15 minutes left. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of time, but that is such a cool story, right? It's just like thinking about all these different moments where you've received and communicated with your grandma. And I know I've been sharing with people here too, like I've been trying to pray more in Lao, right? And like actually pray and speak to my grandma and like have conversations with her,
Yeah.
which has been really grounding for me in this period of my life. So I guess I'm curious now, right? Now that you have like gotten the message about the goats and your ancestors, like what does that mean for your artistry or your passions? Like what do you care about now? Like what are you excited about?
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm excited about is putting out the art, because everything that I'm putting out, by the way, I've already reflected on. I've figured out how to cope with, how to start the healing process with, so I'm in a way better space. So anything that I put out that's sad or depressing or, going through heartbreak, stuff like that, rest assured that like I'm in a better space. Right. But yeah, I just can't wait to properly put out music, because I have so much in my catalog that I have not released, just because like there's such big songs. It's not like just a song about a heartbreak on a lover. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging into deep ancestral stuff. You know what I'm saying? From my voice to the instrumentation to the words that I'm writing about. Like, for example, I have a song called Beast, and I have it to music. But basically the lyrics are, I'm not really focused on the physical. I just want to say something that's real and really spiritual. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm a motherfucking miracle. Mama tried aborting me. I heard it from my sibling. Yo, he slipped up and said that he was kidding, but in his eyes, I knew the truth he was spitting. It was way too late to take back now. My world came crashing down like planes in the Twin Towers. Like, I was like, all of it, like, what? That's the first verse. You know what I'm saying? That's the first verse. So like, how does somebody who's American, who cannot even relate to the refugee experience, how did they even, take that in? And so I realized there's a niche for my, like how I've lived my life and, the past that I come from and stuff. And it's a necessity now. Like, it's a necessity. I got to get words like that out. And I've already been performing it out in LA, and I'm surprised at how many people come up to me and they're like, you know what? I was born in a refugee camp in Thailand. What? Like, what? Who want to know? And that someone had the same story as me. And so now they feel seen, and now it gives them permission to share their story however they like, and not be afraid. So yeah, I realized that everything that I'm doing and a lot of the things that we're doing is very much pioneer work. That's what people don't tell us. And that's the thing. How do you tell a pioneer that you're a pioneer? You're the first one. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had to accept that finally, that it was going to be a hard road of whacking down weeds and trees and clearing out that rattlesnake. And you know what I'm saying? Literally, we are like making the blueprint for this thing. And that's why it's so important that we have such clear minds, good intentions, positivity, because we're fighting a lot of the people who are creating that didn't have those intentions. You know what I'm saying? They just want greed. They just want power and all that stuff. And so yeah, I feel like a leader, and I just feel like I didn't even mean to, but like now I am. So here we are.
Those, even like the first like 2 or 3 lines that you spit, like I knew exactly what you were talking about, because like that's a story that I tell people too. Not about me, but I'm like, oh, like my uncle, right? Or like, wow, that was like real.
Yeah.
And I think like what the blueprint, right, what the leadership is like connected to what Susan was saying, is like listening to our heart and like sharing our truths, right? Like that's what you are really stepping into now, is like you're just like, I'm gonna talk about what happened to us through my artistry and make sense of it.
We have a lot of elephants in the room. we have a lot of elephants in the room, and you
Yeah.
know, amongst Lao people in general. And you know what's funny? It's kind of a joke, but it's kind of true. I just feel like Laos is not only the land of a million elephants, but a million elephants in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta start addressing
In the room, in the closet, like
man, like everywhere. Like, so I was just like, let me be the first. You know, I'm not the first. I'm not the first, but I'm just saying, like, let me be part of that team to be like, no, we got some real healing to do because we got some real work to do. I think we are majestic in a way. We are like Laos is untouched land, some parts of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, think of that as us too. You know, there's untapped gifts that we have within us that if wrong hands get on it, you know what I'm saying? So it's important for us to control the narrative and to be like, actually, no, this is who I am. You're not about to tell me who I am. You know, like we weren't bred to be independent, opinionated, strong-minded women. We were blessed. It was you know, coming here was a blessing in disguise because it taught me a different way of living, and it showed me that no, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy. Like you can have a voice here, and you can have an opinion, you can have a thought, you could, you know, have high intelligence, and like it's so different and taboo, you know. So the men in Laos and other Southeast Asian countries look at me like, I don't know, like a threat in a way, you know what I'm saying? And like I'm not trying to be. I'm really not trying to be. I want to work with my people. You know what I'm saying? I want to work with my people, but it takes acceptance of who I am. And so this is me kicking down doors and being like, y'all are gonna love me. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you're gonna see me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna, you know, and this is gonna be fine. Like it'll be okay, you know. So that's very much my existence.
they're just scared because they never seen nothing like it, you know, because
Yeah.
we are Lao-American, right? We're diaspora, and so we're like a different species. So, but that's important. I think about that all the time. Like, how do our families in Laos and Thailand like know who we are? Because I feel like we just know so little about each other, right?
Yeah.
So it's like what you're doing is a way for them to love you,
Yeah.
right? Know
Yeah.
about our journeys here in America, because we
Yeah.
were, you know, ruptured from them, but we also had to like walk different paths. So it's like
Yeah.
this is like an artifact
Yeah.
of experience.
And do you ladies ever feel like you're the in between? It's like you're not necessarily third world minded, or I mean you are, but you're also first world minded, but then you're also second, you're in this like random second place. And it's the bridge, you know what I'm saying? We're the bridges. And so I had to accept that I'm neither there or there, you know, near, here or there with everything. I'm just kind of like in my own I don't know, own world. And then it's cool when I go out and do my music and I just like talk about my story, because I find others that are the bridge, you know, the liaison, the bridge, the gap closers and stuff. And so I think we gotta link up. I think we gotta unite and just, I don't know, like I just feel so seen, you know, after not feeling like I fit in anywhere for so long when I link up with people like me. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you one last thing, and then we're going to turn to Q&A, because I feel like people really want to respond to you and talk to you.
Oh, I love this.
So this has been all about Lao women, right? Everybody in the room is a Lao woman. So like thinking about Lao women, Lao girls, like what's the message that you want to tell the future when you're an ancestor, right? Let's play future ancestor.
Oh man. I guess it goes along the lines of facing yourself. I think when you learn yourself and you learn to master yourself, like it changes everything. It changes the trajectory of your life. You know, you're not living under the spell, you're not asleep, you know, like you know your power, you know your worth, you know you're able-bodied, you're actually more in control of your life than you think, and you're less of a victim. So I think that's what I would say to the future generations. Like really take time to learn yourself and listen to your body. Your body is the first thing that tells you if you cringe around that energy or that person. Look into that and take some space. You know what I'm saying? Like I think when we're kids, and this is natural, like we're so caught up in just doing things that we're not thinking about what we're actually doing, you know? So when we really are intentional about living, like makes life so much better, I think. Yeah, you can get more accomplished with that mindset.
Well, this has been a really powerful conversation to hear about how you have gotten to know yourself and step into your truth and turn that out, excuse me, excuse me, turn that outwards also into your reflection and your artistry, right? And just, putting out some real shit, right? Like there's a lot of music out there, but not everybody is really saying something meaningful and educational and uplifting. So I commend you for that. I can't wait to see all the places you soar. And I want to thank you again for being here. And I'm going to invite everybody else to, if you want to take yourself off mute, turn your cameras on, you want to clap it up for Lina and give it up for her for sharing her story.
Yay.
Thank you. I just want to thank you all so much for your time and attention. That's something you can never get back. So like, I just want to tell you, I appreciate it so, so much. You could have been anywhere else. And the fact that it's all women, like what the hell? Like shout out to y'all, shout out to us. We're taking this thing called life seriously. And I really appreciate that. I think as women, we bring so much to the table. Like we can make a difference in so many different areas just with our love, just with our sensitivity, just with, it doesn't have to take rah, rah, rah war all the time, So I think the feminine energy we bring is like so, so, so powerful, So yes, thank you so much for showing up.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Anybody want to share any thoughts, anything resonating or questions?
Have you guys had any, like epiphanies or like aha moments or like spiritual awakenings kind of like along the lines of what I went through, anything spiritual? And it's okay, if not, but yeah, just curious. Okay. Did you guys have any questions about anything like that I have going on with music? Like even if it's like when's my next show or like what's my next song or like any other songs that I've done?
Yeah, when's your next songs or shows? What's like your calendar looking like?
Okay, so honestly pretty clear. Like the Bone Thugs one on 9/20, which was my birthday. Oh my God. So another spiritual thing. So Bone Thugs and Harmony was supposed to perform like I think like a month before that, which me and my crew we showed up. So we ended up did opening, but because of that IT remember when that outage happened?
Yeah.
Outage. Yeah, so some of the members couldn't make it to the show because their flights were like behind. And so they're like, basically there was not an audience there because they announced that Bone Thugs wasn't going to make it. And if you guys want to come back on 9/20, we'll take your ticket, like just keep your ticket, whatever. And so I was like, what, 9/20? That's crazy. That's my birthday, So like, it was just the best night ever, just having everybody who loved me there. And then being able to witness, a group that I grew up listening to as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, this is crazy. Somebody pinched me, and yeah, so like I had that moment. And then my friend Daniel, it was actually his performance flat, but we have so many songs together that he's just like, yo, come perform with me, But anyway, he had people say happy birthday, like the whole entire audience say happy birthday to me. So it's really cool. It's, I'm living my ancestors' wildest dreams right now. So that was that situation. But as far as future, I think, I do have a San Diego performance coming up in October at some point, and it's for DJ Quick.
You know what day?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But it'd be a fun one. I'm excited for this one. I don't even know the venue or anything, but I can you have my Instagram? That way
I'll find you.
I just dropped it in the chat. Connect on IG.
Oh, perfect.
I'm sure Sunita tagged you.
I told you, I'm a teacher.
Yes, you are. That's dope. Yeah, so I would just say look out for any notifications, or I could just DM you today. I'll get the information. That way you can look out for it and stuff too. Yeah, so go ahead and send me a DM, and then that way we can communicate through there.
Yeah, if it's on a Between the 18th and the 20th, I'm busy, but any other
Okay.
dates, I'm here. I'll be there if it's not that weekend.
I want to say it's before then. I want to
Okay.
say.
Okay,
So.
sounds good.
Okay,
Have
yay.
you met Noi? Do you know of him or about him?
Who again?
Noi, Bak Noi, do you follow him? That Lao rapper in Utah?
Yeah, I've met him before.
Oh, he's gonna be here, I think, in a couple of weeks. So if it happens to be that weekend, I'll bring him and his wife with me.
Oh my God, that would
Yeah.
be so cool.
Yeah, they're coming. They're bringing the kids to Legoland. So
Okay, sweet. So
yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me know what day it is.
Great time because they're this is the older generation. So a lot of these people are parents who just want to come and have a good time and then go home to their kids. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's like lit just for that moment, but it's like very non-dramatic and it's such a good vibe. Like I really love opening up for like the Bone Thugs crowd, DJ Quick, kind of in the same era. So, but yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Anybody that you feel should link, right? Let's link them, right? Anybody you feel like Lina should talk to, like link them. Bye, Anoy. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Any other questions for Lina or reactions?
Oh, I want to say, Lina, you are like so lovely, and your voice, I feel so blessed that you like rapped for us today or like performed some of your talent. Like it was a really great story, and I'm thankful.
Oh my God, you're so welcome. Do you guys want to hear the rest of that? The rest of that is just as crazy as the first verse. So I'm gonna sing it instead. That I was just, rapping it, but really I sing it. So the song it goes, I'm not really focused on the physical. I just want to say something that's really, really spiritual. Not supposed to be here. I'm a motherfucking miracle. Mama tried avoiding me. I heard it from my sibling, yo. He slipped up and said that he was kidding, but in his eyes, I knew the truth he was spitting. It was way too late to take back now. My world came crashing down like planes in the Twin Towers. But mama, what did I say? Oh, but mama, I get it. Third world city, so it's only the fittest survive. Yeah, mama, I get it. No food, no cash to keep your 3 kids alive. But I'm not done living ever since they dropped us off that one cold winter in the town of Shy back in '89. The world was mine to make my motherfucking prisoner. Yeah, and I'm done running from whatever's calling me. It's caught up to me. Yeah, I'm done running from whatever's calling me. It's all up to me. Excuse me, pardon my roots, pardon my language, pardon the people that I came with, pardon my truth, pardon the reason why I'm here in the first place. Casualty of war in the worst way. Tell me what you know about pain. Trauma in my DNA like it's a dirty stain. I got Heineken and Henny pumping through my veins. Tired of repeating, tired of trying to explain who I am. Damn, who would have thought a little girl from Chonburi, a refugee, could freak the beat, could easily be the next Jay-Z and be combined? I'm so divine. Let me run that back. Who would have thought a little girl from Chonburi, a refugee, could freak the beat, could easily be the next Jay-Z and be combined? I'm so divine. Mama raised a beast. Hey, daddy raised a beast. Sister raised a beast. Brother raised a beast. Yeah. That's beast.
What? Y'all, we just got a live performance.
Thank you. Thank you, y'all.
That's beautiful. Thank you for doing that, sharing with us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. There's so much more too. Sammy, you guys should check out Sammy. That was the point of realization of like, I have been super out of control. It was, teenage rebellion, right? That's already a thing. But then times that by 50 when you're a Lao refugee woman who's been sheltered, been under those controlling, watchful eyes, for so long. That's when I started getting creative, like how I'm gonna sneak out the house. You know what I'm saying? And then when I'm out the house, I'm gonna go as wild as I can. So I really spiraled almost out of control, but then I caught myself. I was able to write it out, heal through that, and then it became the song Sammy. So yeah, that's a powerful song too, if you guys want to check that out. You know, my link, so the link that I usually have on my Instagram that has all my like music links and stuff, I took it out to promote my new music video, as we spoke about. So Freaky Friday, how did we get to Freaky Friday? Can I just talk about that for a second? So Freaky Friday was me celebrating my womanhood, right? We go from adolescent to adulthood, and it's the messiest era ever, right? So like I definitely had my trial and error moment, my messy era. And so that I reflected on that, and I wrote 5 songs from it. Freaky Friday was one of them. And David, my friend David, he's Filipino, shout out to him, Serafina's husband. Serafina's Laotian. She's part of Los Angeles. But anyway, so he does VR like cinematography. And so he hit me up and was just like, yo, I really like that song. You want to do a video? I was like, hell yeah. Had no clue what I was in for. Well, like the way we shot the music video was like a regular way, right? But he just used a different type of camera and followed me around everywhere, right? So when it comes to the final product, when you put on the headset, it's like you're moving around and walking around with me around LA, going to the club, like you're in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying? Like we're dancing, like there's so many things, and it feels like I'm a hologram right next to you. So that was mind blowing. When I was watching myself as myself, I was just like, what the fuck? Like it was the craziest thing. And then there were points where like I go into the camera like for a kiss. I was just like, whoa, like so just a warning, if you do watch it on the headset, I do get up close and personal. But the song is very like risque. You know, I actually fell out with like a few family members because they just didn't understand why I had to take this route. And I just had to tell them that this is, you know, a part of my expression. It's a part of my gift. And honestly, there's a niche for this music for the people that are looking for it from me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's beyond me at this point. And so anyway, like it's really risque. It's something that's like, you know, I just think as Lao people, like we haven't fully pushed that button yet. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I did it. And so please check it out. If you don't have a headset, that's okay too, because on your phone, you have the YouTube app, right? So when you click on my link, it'll ask you open on the app, say, yeah, just, click on that button. And then you're able to tilt the phone like this and see like the whole entire room, see how tall the buildings are in LA. You know what I'm saying? You can see right and left. And it's different. And low-key, I want to make all my videos like that now too, because I don't think celebrities are even on that, you know? So like me telling you guys, like, please look out for stuff like that in doing all of your art forms, whether, you know, cooking or, you know, like any like your reels can now be VR, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's something to look into. It's a lot of work, but you know, it's possible.
Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know that you could still get a VR experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and so people, after we get off here, we all have to try that.
That's how I've been watching it, because I don't have a headset. So
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Really well done, real crispy in the visuals. I mean, yeah.
All right, people. Any other questions for Lina?
I have a question.
Yeah, Jessica.
Okay, so I just love your voice. It's very very pleasant to listen to, and I love your story. And you know, I'm just so inspired by all of your accomplishments. I mean, it sounds really cool, and how like when you're going through something, you're able to pull your way out of it. Like the resilience is like really cool to see. Like we love to see that, because we've been through a lot of things, and it's always nice to hear when, you know, someone you care about is able to pull themselves out of a situation. So that's always inspiring. So like what kinds of things keep you inspired, and what kind of advice would you give to us to, like, if we're feeling in a rut or not feeling that great or not feeling like we can push through, you know, kind of like what kinds of things would you advise us to do?
Oh man. Well, you know, everyone's different. The things that make them feel better are different, whether if it's sounds, whether if it's movies, whether you read something, you know what I'm saying, or if you're around people and stuff like that. So I would encourage you to move and do something different than what you're doing. Because I think when we're in the depressive, you know, moments, you just want to lay in bed and do nothing. And that actually doesn't really do much for you. Yes, you get rest, but how much rest do you need? Not 24 hours, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at some point you have to fight for life, right? And that means do something different, you know, whether if it's go take a shower or whatever, you know. For me specifically, I'm very auditorily like, you know, like that's my thing. And so I listen to a lot of different healing sounds. So one thing I started looking into was chakras, right? So I don't know if you guys know much about chakras. I don't even know that much, but from what I know, we have these like energy fields running through our body from the top of our heads all the way down to like honestly probably to our feet, but I just know to like basically our what's a good word for that? Because I was gonna say private area, but that's probably not
Your pelvic area.
pelvic.
Is it the pineal gland, right? It's like
yeah. So I realized that when it comes to music, certain keys are tuned towards the frequencies of the chakras, right? So let's say your heart hurts, okay? I would go to YouTube and I would look at frequency meditation music so the heart is the F note and the F scale, the F key, all of that, right? So then you would find songs in the F key, because music is not just like sounds and like the letter of the alphabet, like it's actual math happening, it's science happening. Like, so the vibrations, like it has a certain frequency, let's say 353 hertz or something like that. If your heart hurts, it's probably not operating at the correct frequency. It might be at a 254 hertz or something like that, right? So what music does, it's vibrations, right? So eventually, if you're in that vibration, you're gonna vibrate at the same thing. So that's how you start to heal the parts of you that hurt. It could be a knee problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like it's whatever, like you find whatever chakra it is that's closest to it, and then you listen to that. So that's what I've been experimenting on. It's been helping me. Other noises are like brown noise. I've been listening to a lot. Green noise, white noise. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's like brown noise to me is a deeper type of rumble. So it kind of sounds like, you know, when you're on a road trip or something, and it's like a summer road trip and it's at nighttime and the windows down a little bit, just cracked. It's like that little breeze that's coming in. Like so it's like that stuff, and that's nostalgic to me. So I would encourage you guys to explore what makes your body feel better, makes your mind feel better, and things like that, and then just go from there and keep doing that, you know, just to get you to the next step to figure out what else makes you feel better. But for me, it just starts with that. I didn't have to pay nothing, you know, it was just a quick Google search, you know. And so yeah, but just definitely do what you love. Do what you love. Like for me, it was singing, it was music, it was, you know, like I forgot where I read, but basically me doing what I love to do, which is sing, is also vibrating my body and healing my body. I thought here I am doing it for others outwards, but no, it actually starts here, you know. And that's kind of like my thing. Like when you start to master and heal yourself and learn yourself and all of that, just by default, everything else around you starts to correct itself. You know what I'm saying? Like you're now the inspiration. Now you're the light, and you're pulling the radiance out of everyone, the natural radiance that we have that's been buried by all of this stuff throughout life, you know? Yeah. But thanks for the question.
Yeah. Amazing questions and thoughts from you, Lina. So I am gonna start to wrap as we've been on here for like an amazing 75 minutes together. So all right, people, can I ask the audience a couple things? So in the spirit of connection, if you want to drop your Instagram in the chat so that everyone in here knows how to stay connected with one another, that would be amazing. Because I'm sure people want to continue conversations, right? And then if you can also just write a little note for Lina, right? And in the chat. And that would be a nice thing to have. And as y'all are doing that, I'm just gonna do a little bit of like, I'm gonna do a little bit of
thanks, noise
sharing. And just concluding. So thank you all again for being here. This was our first installment of SonJai Sundays. And so we never know what's going to happen. We just have things that we want to share. And so with all the people who have interacted with my laboratory work, I really thank you, because it's just, we are creating our own spaces. It's just, right, time for us to connect and things like that. So thank you all for really being here and being engaged and listening. Like it means so much to us. It means so much to Lina, right? To like really be speaking to our sisters who are listening intentionally, right? And to listen, to understand, and to connect. So thank you all so much. This has been really, really wonderful for me to also like try this different format of like, doing it live, doing a live stream. So I do want to reiterate, if you haven't already, make sure you follow Lina V Music. Stay tuned for the next month's announcement that's going to come very soon as well. And of course, make sure that you're tuned into all of the LAOboratory things. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like, share. Also, if you're able, donate to our coffee.com/LAOboratory. Any amount is really helpful, but we do this, it's really from our Jai. I'm going to continue to do it, and eventually I'm going to get somebody to sponsor me so
Let's
I can
go.
to do this free for our community, because I'm not trying to charge y'all. Right? I'm trying to serve y'all. I'm trying to serve us. So let's unmute. Let's use this last minute to just like celebrate and make noise. And
and can we give it up for Sunisa for bringing us all together? Girl, you killed this. Look at all these powerful women. We aren't just women. We aren't just like, these are some of the most powerful Lao women I've ever met, that I've ever known on social media on here. So like, congratulations. Please keep this going. This is just the first one. Like,
this
come
is
on.
the first one. So please continue to come, share, support. Like literally anything feels good.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you. Seriously, thank you all, Kapjai.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Bye, Lina. I'll find you guys.
Yes.
Yes, let's continue the combo, y'all.
And Ali's the youngest one in here. Give it out to her too. Like, she's here learning from us. It's so cute and so sweet. Daughter.
No, this is very intergenerational. This room,
No, I love
even
it.
by itself.
Okay. Thank you, Sunisa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Soon.
Bye, baby.
Hi, Nisha.
No, she's so cute.
Aluna.
Aluna.
First generation.
One day. Sunisa, this was so powerful.
It
Like,
was.
I can't thank you enough for choosing me. I really appreciate you. Like, this
Girl,
was,
thanks for saying yes. Like, it's simple.
this felt so great to get off my chest too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the rest of my life will be me sharing. You know what I'm saying? Us having these conversations in these spaces, even though it's this small space right now, it could be a TED Talk one day. You know, like I can see this really getting somewhere. Especially for the kids that are of descent of us who don't know where they come from. You know, like I'm sure they're gonna be curious and be like, where did I come from? You know, one day.
Yeah.
So
And just like how to engage, right? Like some people don't know how to like even start connecting or asking the questions. And so to have these programs, these events out there, it's like, oh, there are already people who wonder, and that's powerful.
But okay, keep going, girl. I can't wait to stay connected with you. Okay, hit me up for whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Thank you all for being here for our first SonJai Sunday. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and also donate to our coffee. We need money.
That part.
Bye.
See ya.